I almost didn't relaunch this YouTube channel. Not because I didn't have something to say, not because I didn't have the equipment, but because I didn't feel ready. And looking back, waiting was the one thing keeping me stuck. So today I want to talk about what happens when you start anyway. Welcome back to Voices by Shawan. I'm Shawan Brown, and this channel exists because one day I decided that feeling ready was a luxury I could no longer afford. If you're new here, I'm a writer, a content strategist, and a woman who left corporate at 48 to build something of my own. And this right here is part of that build. If you've been sitting on something, a business, a channel, a blog, a brand, a whole new chapter of your life, this video is for you. Stay with me. So let me be honest with you about why I waited, because I think you'll recognize yourself in at least one of these. The first thing is that stopped me was the thought of people watching, not strangers, people who knew me, colleagues, former clients, people who had seen me in a certain way for years. The idea of putting my face on a screen and saying, "Here I am, watch me figure this out," felt terrifying. What if they thought I was reaching? What if they didn't take me seriously? That fear almost won, right? Then I started watching other content creators, right? And I mean really watching, studying their lighting, their editing, their subscriber counts, their confidence. And the more I watched, the smaller I felt, right? They had thousands of subscribers. They had teams. They had gear I hadn't even heard of. I kept thinking, I can't compete with that. So why even start? It was measuring my beginning against someone else's middle. That's a game nobody wins. I wanted everything perfect before I hit record. The lighting had to be right, the script had to be tight, the thumbnail had to pop, the equipment had to be upgraded. Perfectionism dressed itself up as preparation, and I let it. And underneath all of that, was this quiet, persistent question. Would anyone even watch? Would anyone care what I had to say? I'm not a celebrity. I'm not an influencer with a following. I'm just a woman with a message and a camera. Would that be enough? Spoiler, I'm still asking that question. The difference is I record anyway. So I started. And I want to be real with you about what that looked like, because it did not look like success, not at first. Some of my early videos got no views, and I mean almost none. I would hit publish, check the analytics an hour later, and see single-digit numbers staring back at me. I spent hours on a video, scripting, recording, editing, and it felt like shouting into a room where nobody showed up. That part was humbling. I won't pretend it wasn't. So, what those early videos gave me, even with low numbers, was repetition. Every video taught me something. I learned how to edit by editing. Badly first, right? I learned what thumbnails work by making ones that didn't. I learned storytelling by watching my own retention graphs drop off at the exact moment I got boring. Your analytics will tell you the truth, even when you don't want to hear it. This is what the work actually looks like. Just me and my laptop editing, scrapping, rewriting, journaling through the frustration. This right here is where the channel gets built. Not in the inspiration, in the repetition. Every time I sat down at this screen, even when nothing felt right, it was getting better. I just couldn't see it yet. The wins started showing up, slowly. Since relaunching in July, I've gained 8 new subscribers. 8 real people who chose to come back. Nobody handed me those numbers. Every single one came from showing up when I didn't feel ready. And this month, 111 people watched this channel. 111 people found their way here. That number means real people are listening, real people are staying, and that changes everything about why I keep going. If this is resonating with you right now, hit the subscribe button. I show up every week with real stories, real tools for women who are building something from scratch. Come build with me. 3 lessons came out of this season that I carry with me into everything that I build now. Lesson number 1. Lesson number 1. Confidence follows action. Let me say that again. Lesson number 1. Confidence follows action. I used to think confidence was this thing you needed before you started. Like it was a requirement, like you had to possess it before you earn the right to begin. That's completely backwards. Confidence grows in the doing. Every video that I published, good, bad, or awkward, added a layer of evidence that I could do this. The confidence I have now didn't come from thinking about creating. It came from you don't think your way into confidence. You act your way there, right? What's the saying? Fake it till you make it. Lesson number 2. Progress is easier to see looking backward. When you're in the middle of building something, it can feel like nothing is moving, right? The growth feels invisible from the inside. But when you stop and look back 6 months, 12 months, you see a completely different picture. The skills you've developed, the community you've started to build, clarity you've gained about your message and your voice. Looking forward, progress feels uncertain. Looking backward, it becomes undeniable. Trust the backward view on the hard days, right? And the proof, it's right there, right? 90% of my audience is brand new. This chapter is reaching people who never found me before, right? That stat tells me the work is working, even when it doesn't feel like it. And lesson number 3, this is good, stay with me. You don't need permission to begin again. This might be the most important one, right? At almost 50 years old, I have started over more than once. And every single time, some part of me waited for someone to say, yes, go ahead. Now is your time. You have what it takes. That permission never came from the outside. It came from me, right? If you're waiting to feel ready before you start the business, the channel, the blog, the book, the brand, or your next chapter of your life, I want you to hear this. Maybe being ready isn't the requirement, right? Maybe beginning is. Because ready is a feeling, and feelings shift, right? Feelings lie. Feelings tell you to wait one more week, one more month, one more upgrade, one more perfect condition that never quite arrives. Beginning is a decision, right? And decisions move things. I stopped waiting to feel ready. And this channel, this community, this work, this version of me that finally said yes to herself, it exists because of that one decision I made. If this video spoke something in you today, subscribe because this is exactly the kind of conversation we have over here. Drop a comment and tell me what you've been waiting to start. I read every single one of them. And if you want to go deeper, I put together a free writing guide just for you. Weekly tips, real talk, and tools for women building a brand with their words. The link to join my newsletter is in the description below, and grab it. It's free, and I tell you, it's good. And if you're a writer, an entrepreneur, or a creative woman ready to build a brand with words that actually work, visit me at ShawanBrownWritingBiz.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Visit me at ShawanBrownWritingBiz.com, and I'll see you in the next one.